This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
It's fun. They're amazing.
Are you finding yourself doing the smell test? You know, maybe you're checking the food in your fridge. It's probably expired, but you're like, meh, looks good.
Oh, you're pushing it, huh?
Yeah, if you're doing this, apparently you're not alone because there's a new survey out that says 58% of Canadians were more inclined to eat food past its best before date because of what we're paying for groceries. I mean, like, it's just so much money.
Part of this makes me happy because food wastage is one of my biggest pet peeves, maybe my biggest pet peeve. So if the high cost of food, if one of the symptoms of that is people are more likely to eat their food and not waste it, because we gave out the food wastage stat. I think last year we were talking about it. It was something like each Canadian wastes 174 pounds of food a year or something. It's like more than the average Canadian's body weight. So if this mitigates that, that's great. But what are we talking, like a couple of days past, or like are you going 2 weeks past?
And what kind of food are we talking about as well? Like bread? Okay, but like milk, dairy, maybe you don't want to risk it with that. Like, obviously you don't want to get sick. That's not the point of it.
It's a delicate balance.
It really is. And I don't know about you, but I've found ways to make or stretch my groceries a little bit longer just so that they don't go bad easily. Like berries, for instance, they're so expensive. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. So if you just take them out of those plastic cartons that they come in and pat them dry just to make sure there's like no moisture whatsoever, and then put them in a glass Tupperware and sealed.
It has to be glass or like any Tupperware?
Glass is preferred.
Oh.
Yes. It will.
By you?
Well, that's what they say.
Okay.
That's what the hack says. I'm just following the rules.
That's great. I don't do that. I should do that because blueberries, I buy them and then sometimes like the next day I'm like, why are you already like getting like that white thing on you, that mold?
Yeah. And if you don't have glass Tupperware, you can put them in mason jars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
works too.
I think the glass makes a difference.
Yeah. Okay. If you say so.
The point is, you'll get them for a little bit longer. What about you? Do you do anything?
Okay, so one thing is we all love guacamole. If you're making guacamole, guacamole is meant to be eaten fresh. Ideally, you're sort of finishing it when you make it. But if you have leftover guac, you want to just pour a bunch of lime juice on it before you put it in the fridge and mix it up. That lime juice will give it much more life.
Oh, it won't oxidize. It won't turn all brown.
Yeah, Bill Nye, that's right. And it's not going to be all brown right away.
I did not know
and
that.
And then put it in a glass Tupperware or plastic. This time we prefer plastic. The other thing I do, which I know not everyone's busy and maybe they can't do this or you're shopping for a family, but I'll go to the grocery store 2 or 3 times a week and I'll go just to buy
what you need. 2
or 3 items. I live alone. It's more feasible for me. And that way I use it, finish it. I'm not overbuying. And then inevitably stuff's going to go, get past the expiry date.
Yeah, we go 2 or 3 times a week because we just run out of food. There are too many people eating food in my house.
You got a lot of mouths to feed in your place.
Yes.
I will say I don't push it with food with the best before dates. A whole different conversation. I definitely push it with medicine. I'm popping Advil that expired like 2 years ago. I'm like, it's still getting rid of my headache.
Oh, okay. There were so many things you could have filled the blank in with that. Like, I'm really pushing it when it comes to. I'm just glad it was medicine.
Medicine. I don't recommend it.
From CHFI Studios,
it's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So if you're not doing this before you leave the house every day, you may be shortening your lifespan and happiness. This, at least according to some renowned psychologists who are known for their research when it comes to marital stability and their relationship analysis. This is their advice.
Men who kiss their wives goodbye when they leave for work live something like 4 years longer than men who don't. But the 6-second kiss, which we recommend, has much more potential than that peck on the cheek.
Why not 5 or 4?
Because oxytocin gets secreted. With a 20-second hug or a 6-second kiss, you're both secreting oxytocin. And that creates a sense of psychological safety and connection.
And bonding.
Lots of follow-up questions here. Lots of follow-up questions here.
Okay, so I tried this on my husband, Paul. But I didn't.
20-second hug and the 6-second kiss?
Yes. I didn't tell him what I was doing, though, so maybe that was my first mistake.
He probably thought you, screwed up badly. If you just went up to him and embraced him for 20 seconds, I'd be like, what did you do?
Well, he was, so confused, so I went to go hug him. And 20 seconds is a long time,
That's a long hug.
It's long. So I'm holding on, and he's, tried to, push me off a few times, and I just keep on holding on.
Was he like, did you lose one of the kids? Like, what's happening?
I don't know what was going through his mind, but he, it could tell that he was uncomfortable. So I was like, this is what I'm doing. So I played him the clip and I said, this is what's going on. He's like, oh, okay, well, if you told me that before.
Oh, he's like, oh, you want me to secrete oxytocin?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, let me go.
Yeah.
And now.
So then we did it again. And so this time I can see that he's just like, he's playing it up. He's being, he's being ridiculous. I don't know if anything actually happens if you're just pretending like you're like, ooh, hugs. Ooh, I love it. So good. So long. Then we tried the 6-second kiss.
Okay.
And he knows.
Who was timing? Did you have your iPhone timer out?
Well, he knows what we're doing now. And
Okay.
so the whole time we're kissing, he's doing.
What?
One Mississippi.
Oh, one Mississippi.
Two Mississippi. So, yeah, I'm not sure that it really worked and made me happier or, increasing my lifespan, but we got a good
Right.
laugh out of it.
I think it's a wash in the end because you're spending all this time hugging and kissing. You're extending your lifespan, but you're chewing up all the time doing that.
Yeah, now you're going to be stressed out in the car because you're late for work.
Yeah, exactly. Also, does this apply if you don't have a spouse? Does it apply with a dog? Because every time before I leave the house to come to work or if I go anywhere, I make sure I get I'm never timing it, but it's probably about 20 seconds of coffee cuddles. I rub her belly. I'll give her a bunch of kisses on the head. I think it's kind of the same thing.
I think it probably is. There's stuff that's released, endorphins and all that stuff
Yeah.
that happens, I'm sure.
What are we talking about? Is it a peck in a mouth? Is it because 6 seconds, that's a long time to linger on a peck. I feel like it's got to get a little more interesting.
If you're counting with Mississippis, there's no room to be doing anything else because you're too busy counting.
Okay. Also, does it completely take the romance out of the kiss when you're kissing, but then also glancing at your phone and be like 1, 2, it just kills it, right?
Yeah, it totally does. So I'm not sure. I think you should try this, and I think maybe we should start, because
Whoa.
we should be hugging more around here because you all say I'm a bad hugger.
You want to go from the person who hates hugs to now doing 20-second hugs a day?
I mean,
This is the Drake equivalent of going 0 to 100 real quick.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Did you watch the Leaf game Saturday night? Pooja and I did, separately. She watched at her place, I watched at mine. If you caught Friday's show, just to bring you up to speed, Pooja and I were at an event on Thursday, and we had such a good time being out. I was like, let's keep the good times rolling, friend. And why don't I come over to watch the game at your place? I know you're watching. Your husband's a huge fan. And you gave me the Heisman. You sort of put the hand up and said, you hold it right there. You stay home and watch it yourself.
not because I don't enjoy your company. Obviously, I do. I see you every day. We work together every day. We see each other outside of work. We often are at the same events together. We spend a lot of time together. I just don't know if we need to ruin a good thing by spending even more time together. What if you start to dislike me and I became super annoying to you because you just see too much of me?
If that starts to happen, then I can dial it back. But right now, I feel like I'm still not getting enough.
But then I would be offended. I'd be like, oh, I guess I really did annoy you. And then that's going to start
Yeah,
to
but we're-
breed some other things.
No, but our friendship's at a good enough level that even if you got offended, we'd work past it. We'd get over
Would
it.
we?
Listen, if
I
we
can't
hit,
take that risk.
we are tight enough that if we hit a speed bump, I trust us to smooth it out.
How would you know? In all the years that I've known you, have we had a major speed bump?
No, but we've had talks. We've talked to each other. If you think I've overstepped or if you've upset me, I think we've communicated that with each other.
Right.
So let's take this friendship to the next level. We are really good friends here at work. Let's hang out a little bit outside of work because let's hang out when we're not getting paid to hang out. How about that?
Okay. I see where you're going with it. Here's the difference, though, right? What you just sort of laid out, yes, we could talk that through. But when somebody doesn't want to hang out with you because they've become annoying, it's not something I can't change the fact that I'm annoying.
So
what do I do? This involves a deeper conversation.
Hold on. So should I read into this then that you don't want to hang out with me because you're already at a point where you find me annoying?
I'm annoying. Me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay. Well, on Friday we did a 5 calls decide it all, and we asked should people who work very closely together should they hang out outside of work? It was close. It was 3-2 that said yes. We should. We've also put out a poll on CHFI that asked the same question, and 69% saying yes, 31% saying no. So there are two sides to this.
Okay. And look, in fairness, even with my husband, Paul, who, I'm married to, been together for 11 years, love him to death, we also make it a point to keep distance as well. So it's not just personal with you. It's I know that I can be a lot. So I try to, have a lot of alone time and, that way the time together is special.
I'm the guy at the casino table. Things are going well. I'm like, let's win some more. And you're saying, let's quit while we're ahead. I want to take this to the next level of friendship.
Okay. I think there's more to it, and we're not getting deeper. We need to delve deeper, like therapy style deeper.
Oh, like friendship therapy?
Is there such thing?
Well, if it is, we can't afford it. So why don't you be our therapist for free? Do we need friendship therapy? I don't know. Like, you be our therapist for now. You tell us, what do you think about this situation? Pooja's saying, let's protect this. Let's not sort of take it to the next level. I'm saying, let's spend more time together outside of work.
Because the ripple effects, okay? Hello, hi, we work together every day. Like, I can't risk this not working.
I think it's a good thing, and there's more to give. Getting lots of calls on this. Conrad in Markham, play therapist for us. What do you think?
Okay, so I listened to you guys last week, and you were saying the same thing. So, Gurdeep, you're in. You're ready to go in 2 feet.
Yeah.
My expression, and I've heard this before, is good is the evil of great. You guys have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Just get it to the great relationship. You need to change. So you're holding yourself. Pooja's holding yourself back. You guys could have a great relationship.
It could also go sideways, Conrad.
It could, but the foundation is laid. You guys, if you guys weren't getting along, you would have known by now. You guys have spent how many years together?
15 years.
Okay, you would have known by now.
We would have, and honestly, you saying good is the evil of great, that sounds like something someone learned in therapy. Like, this sounds like professional, real advice, and I feel like we should listen to Conrad.
Conrad, how do you explain people who are in relationships for a very long time, just over time, it runs its course? What if that happens with us? Like, our livelihoods are at stake.
It's all about being complacent. That's why good is the evil of great. When you become good, you know you're good, so you stop trying. Same thing in everything. Everything, you can't stop trying. You got to always continue to put effort. If the effort's always there, the results will be there.
Conrad, I feel like I should be laid out on a couch horizontally, and you should be talking to me with your notepad. This is great. Conrad, you're the man. Thank you for the call.
You're very welcome. Have a great day.
And just to pull on the thread here, Pooj, like, the picture you're painting, okay, we start hanging out once in a while, once every 2-3 months, we get together outside of the show. You're worried that we get annoyed at each other. It becomes so toxic that it spills over into the show.
Yes.
And we can't be professional, and our livelihood's at stake, so we lose our jobs.
I mean, I'm dramatic.
Does
this come as a surprise to you?
You don't think we'd be professional enough to park it, even if we were upset at each other?
You know what I say to Conrad? I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's fine
but
the way it is.
There's a better, newer model out. Let's go faster.
Let's go to Cheryl in Newmarket. Do you have some therapy for us?
I was wondering, what does Gurdeep consider to be a little more,
Like, I'm thinking, like, we don't have to put a number on it, but, like, let's once in a while hang out outside of work. Like, on a Saturday, I see Pooja's having a nice party on Instagram. Maybe slide me an invite.
I love your laugh, Cheryl.
What do you think, Cheryl?
Oh, thank you, Pooja. No, but Gurdeep, yes, I think she could probably invite you to the party.
She's like, you're having a party and you don't invite him?
Yes. No, Pooja, please just tell him ahead of time so he doesn't have to see it on Instagram.
She's going to mute me from her story. Cheryl, thank you so much for the call.
You're most welcome, guys. Take care.
I don't think Cheryl so much had advice as she did just wanted to laugh at the situation. I think she's got a visual of me on a Saturday night by myself in my condo, looking at the Instagram story, seeing you have a party, and just like a single tear rolling down my cheek.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm inviting you to my next party for sure.
Wait, I don't want a pity invite. I want an actual invite.
Well, I don't want this to play out.
Then thanks, Cheryl.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
I love this one. Everyone's got a favorite. It's Viral Video Day, a term that came to popularity in around 2009 after the David After Dentist video. Remember the kid who was all like hopped up after going to the dentist?
It was so funny. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, for me, I think it would be, I still like laugh every time my friends and I watch this. We get together. It's the Grape Lady.
It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop. I can't. Stop. I can't breathe.
No. Oh, dear. I think she's
dear.
hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall off there.
Okay.
Boy, gosh, I hope she's okay.
It's the cut back to the studio for me with the news anchors. They're like, oh dear, I think she's actually hurt.
They were on live TV. I guess they didn't know what to say. She broke some ribs. Like she was like really hurt, but
right.
it went on to become like a spinoff on Family Guy. Like Stewie did it, but he did it with a British accent. So he's like, It was hilarious.
It is one of the quintessential viral videos on YouTube. What's yours?
So do you remember Charlie Bit My Finger?
Oh yeah.
Ow, Charlie! Ow! Charlie, that really hurt. No, Charlie bit me.
You could hear the other kid, Charlie, who did the biting, just like laughing to himself, like, ha ha.
My takeaway from this is that you just like British babies.
I
you
do.
referenced Stewie, and then that was your choice.
I do. By the way, Charlie, is now living on a yacht.
No, because of this video?
So the video got something like 883 million views. It's probably even more because it's been reposted.
Tell me Charlie monetized it.
Well, do you remember the NFTs? Do you remember when people were buying up NFTs? So this video no longer exists on YouTube because someone bought it for $750,000. And he also got a lot of money from it going viral.
And do you know who's also co-owning that yacht with Charlie? It's the zombie kid. I like turtles.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.